We're live. And we are live once again from D2DCon. I always forget where the hell we are. I got to think about it for a minute. But
in Utah.
That's right, Utah at the Salt Palace in 2023. And this is my good friend, Elizabeth Casadilla.
Hi, everyone.
So how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
Good. How have you been?
I've been amazing. Just working hard. And as you guys know, just keeping it going with all the roofing shows and so on.
Wow. How do you keep up with that?
Yeah. So honestly, this year I'm going to slow down a little bit on the shows. But you know, I have a really great team and support system at our headquarters, so it allows me to be present where I need to be.
Yeah.
And I think really that's a part of scaling as an entrepreneur. You have to be able to scale yourself to be in multiple places.
Yes.
Only way you can do that is people.
No, and I like that you said that, because I've been thinking a lot about stuff too, because like as we grow as entrepreneurs and leaders and things like that, and business owners, right? And our business grows, right? Yeah. So it's like we have to pick and choose like where our time and energy can be best utilized.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? And that's kind of hard, because there's certain things that I like to do. Like I'm from the production side of things, right?
Yeah.
So scheduling, ordering materials, talking to the subcontractors, being out in the field, being up on the roof, inspecting things, literally installing the roof. Now I haven't done that for many years. But when I started to delegate those responsibilities to people, I kind of found myself in a position like, okay, so now what do I do?
Yeah.
Have you found yourself?
Yeah. Well, I think the business requires different things of you at different times, and really what you have to learn how to be is very versatile to really tend to those needs. And now what I've tried to do is, instead of being reactive to what the business needs from me, it's more of planning and being intentional about where I want to focus my energy in the business. One of my favorite sayings, where focus goes, energy flows. And you know, that's one of the reasons why those are two of my favorite words, focus and energy.
Yeah.
And really this year my commitment is to put the intention behind building my sales team.
Yeah.
Because it's the only part of my personal business I haven't built out. And then for the roofing side, our new project, we have our solar book that we're wrapping up. We also are writing a book right now with Eagle View and Sharon Williams.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's for their program Metal View. So we're going to be training contractors for from going to shingle to metal as well.
Dude, that is fascinating. Like you're doing a lot of great things. Because I remember when we talked about a year ago or so. Now, the books that you were providing, the manuals, right? Like the training manuals, right? You were fascinating them, but now you're getting into solar and then to metal and all those other things. To kind of go back to like what we were talking about earlier, like finding like where to focus your energy and things like that. It's like we talked with somebody earlier about like, yes, I could develop my own website, but why would I want to waste my time and energy? And not that I'm not smart enough or intelligent enough to figure that out, but my time would be well spent someplace else working on the business instead of in the business. So do you guys also do other things other than the training manuals? Do you do websites and SEOs?
Yeah, so we have two different companies internally. We have Business 411 and Marketing 411.
Okay.
So Business 411 is where we do our consulting. Now we started a weekly live training for admins and operations side of the business. And then the marketing agency, we do websites. We do print marketing as well. So it's a whole package. Is digital and print marketing. It's a lot of stuff. But honestly, we've really started to be very particular with our marketing agency and even our other side of the business, because when we were first starting, we were like cheapest of the cheap,
right?
And we were attracting the wrong kind of customers. So now, honestly, the customers that we're working with in our marketing have been through some type of consulting, some kind of training with us. We've also 10x how our business operates. We've automated so much. So we've created we focus on building a really good business instead of just, having a marketing agency and doing websites and we do SEO. We have a center to help develop a company at its core, and all of the main pillars of the business growing together. So as sales is growing, marketing is growing, operations is growing.
Right. So you're starting to find your niche, which I can understand early on when I remember being the lowest and the cheapest and attracting that type of
It was
people.
Difficult because I would have a customer that was like a $500 deal or like $1,000 deal, which I
Yes.
get it. It's a lot of money at that time for that person who's making that investment.
Mhm.
But they would call me at any time of the day, call me at any time of the night. And now we have customers who pay us, $50,000 a year, and they don't call me. They call our offices
Yes.
directly, and that's more of like my own journey from being I guess solopreneur, when you're just first starting to actually being a business owner. And I
Exactly.
think we all have to make that shift.
And graduate into that entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
right? Because I know what it's like to be a solopreneur.
Yeah.
Like I totally get that, where I only had to worry about myself, but I wore all 15 hats.
Yeah. It's
right?
a lot.
It is. It is. And what's crazy about it is those 15 hats were actually 12 full-time jobs for other people.
Yeah.
Right. And it's so crazy how we do that. And it's like when we look back, and I get hemmed up on this sometimes. It's like I used to do all of that, and it's like they can't even get that one job done in 40 hours. Used to drive me crazy. Not bashing anybody on our team, but then again, it was like making sure we were hiring and recruiting the right people. Right, that can handle those $50,000 accounts. Like you want to hire people that trust them as if it was you taking care of them.
Well, one thing that we did is I have two different business partners, and I brought them in at different times. The first one is Kelly, and she's the co-founder really of Business 411. She helped me get it off the ground together. We worked on from our little desk, shared it. She's here with me at the show.
Awesome.
And then Ariel, I brought her in later on, and I identified that I needed a good person to step into the marketing agency and help me grow it to the next level. And then this year, we actually just made our first promotion. We have a new vice president for the company.
Oh, nice.
So now we have our two big integrator roles. We have the VP who's for both companies, and now I'm really focused on development of products, of opportunities, doing more R&D for the industry. And so I build that out, and then I can find someone to replace me, and then I can work on the next thing and keep building that momentum. I think that's one thing, is never slow down.
Yeah.
When you have that momentum going.
Totally.
I did go through so obviously you guys know you interviewed when I was married before.
Yeah.
And I went through a little bit of a bad situation for a few months last year through that breakup. But I think it's the best thing that happened for me as a person.
Yeah, right. Sometimes we need to go through things and experience pain in order to get to that next level. But you talking about that, I've noticed you bounced back pretty good, like quickly from that. Like I saw a couple posts, obviously you were sad, and we don't have to get into what happened and who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All things happen for a reason, and I think things happen for us, not to us. And that was one of those growth moments for you. And for a knucklehead like me, I have to experience pain in order for me to grow. And 98% of the time it's self-inflicted pain. But I have to do that. I have to experience pain in order for me to grow. And that was one of your growth spurts.
Yeah, I think that honestly, I'm very happy that, everything that has happened to me in life is shaping me to be a better woman every day. And that's really what I've gotten out of this situation, is I had a lot of points that I needed to grow. And because I've been so focused on growing, and as a business owner, and as a mother, I honestly was not necessarily in that space to be a good partner. But, it's better to take that time in and really analyze what I want next for my life.
Yes.
So
and without going through that, you wouldn't know to do that or look for that.
Just being a better person. Honestly, at the end of the day, that's what I take out of it. How can I be better? What can I take away from this bad situation that happened and turn it into something good?
Yes.
How can I turn something good?
Yeah, man, that's a good outlook on things. So let me ask you this, because sometimes, not very often, but I get wore down. So, and I'm sure you do. Have you found something that you do or have done so that doesn't happen?
Absolutely. So I have a couple of different habits. So one thing that I learned is if I do the habits that keep me in a high energy state and keep me positive, I won't experience that burnout. So I end my days early enough that I'm not working late into the evening. So knowing when to cut the day off. For me, it's personally, I have to end my day when my son's done with school, because I need that time with my son. To be a better business owner, I need to spend time with my baby. And then on the weekends, I need that time to unplug. I'm not going to be really on my email. I'm not checking everything. Going into starting to work out. I've been in the gym now at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Nice.
Working out for 30, 40 minutes a day. Sometimes you can't work out an hour or two, You have to take what you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I do yoga. And then my biggest thing is journaling.
Okay.
Like if I sit down and journal every day, I feel like my head is just lifted. If I don't, I get like brain fog.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. And I've heard
All
that.
just in here.
Yes, you got to get it out on
Yeah.
paper. It's not just good enough to like vent to somebody, because then it just comes off like
Yeah.
you're bitching all the time.
And it might not be productive.
Right. No, I get that, man. So journaling, okay, so plenty of rest, family time,
Yeah.
Exercising,
Yeah.
and eating well, I'm sure, is in the mix there.
Absolutely.
Okay. All things that I do, but I still feel like at times, I don't know, like sometimes it's just not enough. I guess maybe, and I've been doing
to
this.
listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing. Okay, so this whole culture of you have to be like a workaholic,
Mhm.
that puts a lot of pressure on us.
Mhm.
That honestly, it may not be what's right for your soul, for your being, for who you are.
Mhm.
And you have to listen to yourself before meeting like any society expectations of you. Before I think about anyone's expectations of me, I think about what I want for myself.
Right.
And how do I want to feel?
Yes.
So when I do feel burnt out, I take a weekend off every month.
Okay.
I took 10 days off to Hawaii. Today on this trip, we took 2 days extra. I went skiing. I got skiing lessons. I'm going snowmobiling tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have a trip already planned to the Grand Canyon.
Mhm.
I'm going to Paris in the spring. Like I also do take a lot of personal time off.
Good.
So I would say last year, 2021 and 2022, I didn't really take any personal time off. To the end of 2022, I was like, this is it. I need to take care of me.
Yeah.
And then this year, I already started planning all my personal time off. I'm going to way less events.
Wow.
I'm only coming here, and I'm going to IRE, and then I'm an MC at Win the Storm.
Okay.
Are you going to be there?
Win the Storm, no.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to Win the Storm.
Yeah.
Not this year. IRE will be there, and then next week we'll be at April Hall's event. Hopefully our equipment shows up. I apologize that you're sitting. Normally we're
Fine.
standing.
I'm comfortable.
We have a big nice thing that we stand behind and stuff like that. We may do, obviously.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
So okay, so you're planning. Do you ever feel guilty, like, or worry about like what your team might think of you with the time that you are taking off, and if so, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, honestly, I don't feel guilty. I have built an amazing company, and I worked 24 hours a day since I worked so hard, and I've been working since I was 15 years old. I've been supporting myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of all the hard work I put in, I can build them their dream job.
Yeah.
So they get a job where they feel, all of my employees feel loved.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever get to go to my office, you'll hear us. Like, it's very evident. We had a contractor come in and he's like, wow, like this place is, you just inspired me to like really start building this into my own office. And I really wish I would demonstrate more of our culture, because we have such a positive, uplifting culture and supportive.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all happy when I take time off. They're like, don't even worry about anything. Like, we got this. Just go, get out of here. We got it.
Yes. Unfortunately for me, I always still feel guilty. Now they know that we're not out here partying and doing stuff, because this has become kind of I don't want to say a hobby or whatever, but I know Glenn, and we've been able to develop. We got Glenn and Chris Baker and Stacy and Kim and everyone else back home that hopefully I've built them their dream job, but I still feel bad to put everything, because Glenn kind of manages the entire company. When I'm not there, usually when the cat's gone to mice play, the cat's not gone, because I know Glenn and Baker and Stacy and Kim are there. But I still feel like when I come back and it's like they killed themselves for me while I was gone. So I still have like this
You have
guilt.
to evaluate what's going on in your business, because if it feels like that when you're stepping away, that means there's maybe something that needs to be structured, where I'm part of my company without being there. I'm part of the process of how the company operates. And I've created it. It's kind of crazy, because the use of technology and automations and AI, I've created me into them through the ways that we monitor them, through the way we communicate. And then we're very active on talking with each other. But it sounds like if you're gone, you feel guilty.
Yeah.
And maybe you guys need a little bit more internal leadership training to build more. It doesn't feel like they took on the world when you're gone.
Yeah.
it shouldn't feel like that because
I feel like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't feel that way.
like you feel like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I do. And they do a fantastic job, or
Yeah.
else we wouldn't be able to do
Yeah,
things
you
like
wouldn't.
this.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I haven't received one phone call or a negative email or anything. And
Yeah.
fortunately, it's been that way for years. But I still have like this. I'm my own worst critic.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what's my favorite thing? It's Tony Robbins talks about your internal blueprint.
Mhm.
So your blueprint right now, it sounds like it's set that you need to be at your office, you need to be working in the business in order to be good.
Yes.
Like that's your blueprint. So I would challenge you to rewrite your blueprint and really look at what like this new phase of your life.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes you just have to like rip the band-aid off and say, I'm not that guy anymore. This
Yeah.
is the man that I am, and this era of my life requires this.
That's why I wanted you to come on the show today. I really did.
I
swear
love
to
you.
God.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, because I need to hear that stuff
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
you know, with entrepreneurship, right,
Yeah.
there's not many people that we can actually go and speak to
Yeah.
at this level.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
you understand what I'm
Of
saying?
course,
And I know
yeah.
where you're at, and I know you're a hard driver and a high performer. Not that there isn't other
Yeah.
people in here, but there's like between you and Erico, like I can have like real conversations
Yeah.
with you, and you know my pain,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
or the things that I've suffered from, and I know yours too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it seems like I don't want to say, I'm going to say it, you're a little more advanced in those areas of being able to step back. See, I still jump in the trenches
Yeah.
and I piss my team off because I'm like, I'm back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When really I could stay away for a month. I know I could go away for a month and everything would be fine. And that's the way that we've designed things because years ago I had realized that I was the bottleneck. Like
Yeah.
I was keeping us from growing, but yet I'm like, grow. We need to grow, but it's
Yeah.
like you need to let go.
Yeah.
You know, and I finally have done that, but I still feel like I need to lead by example. I need to be the first one there and the last one to leave. And obviously, I can't do that while I'm
Yeah.
here, but I still have that guilt. So,
No, and I'll just say it. The shows are not a vacation at all. They're exhausting.
yes,
It's a ton of hard work. It's like even more difficult than being in my office because you're
Mhm.
constantly talking to people, even like doing these podcasts and interviews.
Yes.
At the end of the day of
Mhm.
podcasting, I'm exhausted. So
Yes,
kudos to you. I don't even know how you guys have been able to do this so much.
yes,
But I will say, like, it really is about your blueprint, and you have to do that work internally. I feel like the only reason I'm at the level where I can reflect
Mhm.
a lot more is because my life challenged me in a
Mhm.
way that required that to develop. Like I had to learn how to be objective. I had to learn how to build new rules. And then the last 3 years, man, it's been crazy. Like the first year of my business, the second year of my business, and the third year of my business.
Mhm.
Even in the last few months, I've had to rewrite my blueprint.
Mhm.
When I went through this breakup, I had to rewrite my blueprint because I was starting to like decline. I just did not feel good. I was like, wow, I'm a failure.
Mhm.
I couldn't even keep a marriage for a few months.
Yeah.
I look at me. I was supposed to be planning a family. Now I'm here at this point again. Now I'm starting from scratch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 27. Like I was going spiraling out of control, and I had to stop myself. And I was like, hey, this is not the person that you are. Take control of the situation. You are now
Mhm.
an independent woman. You have all of these tools and resources. What does your life look like?
Yeah.
And then I just wrote it out.
I love it.
And I think maybe you should journal a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. I probably should.
Even if it's 2 sentences.
Yeah. No, I will.
I have pages.
I will know.
With 2 sentences.
I will take
Legit.
that into serious consideration. So,
I have 2 journals in my backpack right now.
oh, really? Good for you. Wow. Because you've wrote that much, or you just have one for.
Rotating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
One is like, I know I'm going to write something passionately and inspired.
Yeah.
And the other one's like, I have no idea, but I just need to write something.
You know what I do? I actually do a lot of stuff. Okay. So what I do is like my fulfillment 50, like I write new notes, my why. Like I have so much stuff in here that I write.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
That way it's on all of my devices. That
Yeah.
way I'm not like, oh shit, I forgot my.
Honestly, you should probably, Kelly, I love Kelly, my business partner,
Mhm.
because she takes all the great parts of me
Mhm.
and she just makes my life like so much better. So I have all of these like little boards and ideas and things. She's organized a slide, like a little file
Mhm.
where I can put all of my thoughts, and it's like my personal business life plan.
Okay.
So it's like my life plan. She already helped me map out my whole year. So maybe also you need a good supporter for you as a person.
Yeah.
You need someone in that integrator role for your life.
Yeah.
Because she's not only my integrator role for my business, she's also my integrator role for my life. And I've got lucky. People say that, business partnerships are the worst. I absolutely love my business partners. They're the most amazing women ever.
That's fantastic. Before we get off the show here, I've been asking everybody since we're at a sales conference. Okay. So this is a sales question.
I love to sell.
Yes. So when does the sale, like if I'm at somebody's door and I'm knocking on the door and they come in and they sign the deal, right? When does that sale end? When is it over?
Yeah, I would say honestly never. I personally, the way that I see it is I want to be selling with my clients forever. I want them to be sold on me long after a project is done. Just because, like, for example, you're sold on me.
Yes.
We're not even exchanging a product and you didn't even pay me.
Right.
But you're sold that Elizabeth is a high value individual that I'm going to get value of speaking with.
Yes.
And I'm sold on you. So when should we stop being sold on each other?
Never.
Exactly.
Yes, never. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of good answers. Some people, I have to finish that for them. Like it never ends because of whether it be follow-up or the referrals that you want to receive or the friendship or the
friendship is, I honestly have loved the friendship with the clients. That's beautiful.
Yeah, there should be a long-term relationship afterwards. And during that process of the job being built or whatever you're selling, there should be a rapport built with that individual.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. So Elizabeth, it has been great having you on the show. And I always appreciate everything, all your content, your advertising videos. You're such a sweetheart. You're real and you're genuine. So thank you for being who you are.
Thank you for your time. Thank you guys behind the scenes over here. You guys rock. I love it. I had to come over here and see you guys. And thank you for your dedication. You are honestly, like, the way that you guys are being so consistent is inspiring me to take my podcast a lot more serious.
Awesome.
So thanks for the inspiration.
You're welcome. Love you, girlfriend.
Bye. Yep. Aw, I